By the time 2017 came, I was the undisputed largest YouTuber in the small black manosphere community. I had about 60,000 subscribers or so. And at that time, that was a huge channel in black YouTube. I was doing all the collaborations. We had negromanosphere.com. So I felt like I was probably the most productive YouTuber in the space. Until one day I got a super chat, a $5 super chat from a guy that you know by the name of Kevin Samuels. Now at that time, he was Kevin Samuels Image Consultant. That was his YouTube name. And after doing our first interview and becoming friends and just, over the years having our fallouts and, getting it back right, Kevin Samuels blew me out of the water. But that was okay. I knew that this was a guy that could swing the bat. I'm like, hey, look, this is a talented guy. So I wanted to do an interview with him. Same thing with Pocket Watching JT, the lead attorney, Darius M. I gave him his first interview. He had only 700 subscribers. But one of the things that I wanted to do, I wanted to always push these talented black men to the next level. The Poor Man's Podcast Reacts, he's way bigger than me. But when he had 2,000 subscribers, I shouted him out. Mediocre tutorials and reviews, he's a way better YouTuber than me. But by the time he had 9,900 subscribers, I made sure he got his 10,000 subscriber, right? And the reasons why is because these are black men that are talented. And I wanted them to be able to swing the bat. And most of those guys are way bigger than me. They're way better on YouTube than me. And I'm very, very happy about that. But the question I have to talk to you about is, why do you hate on black men so much? You see, when we say stop hating on black men, we think that this is like black feminists or white people. But no, I found out even more so the last 8 years being on black YouTube. The people who hate on black men the most are black men themselves. We are the biggest enemies of progress. Now, I know what guys are gonna say, well, black women, they create these relationships with these men that those men are not gonna be around. So these young black men have no idea how to interact with one another. And that is partially true. I'm not gonna say that that's not true, right? Because a lot of black men grow up in societies where they don't see how to interact with men. But let me just ask you this. Would you say that a black woman who isn't feminine, the reason why she's not feminine because she didn't get to see a family structure, because of what she saw growing up, is that an excuse? Black men will never let black women have an excuse for not being feminine. Black men will never accept an excuse for black women from not being respectful. It doesn't matter. As black men, we want to see black women get the job done. And if they can't get the job done, some of us are saying, look, we're going over to the passport bros. We're going to different countries because we don't really care about the fact that, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. You were supposed to and you didn't, right? So, because you're going to say that black women had a choice. Now, with that same logic and argument, as a black man, if you don't make it out there in the world, if you don't value your men in the world, nobody wants to hear that you grew up with a single parent. It's not an acceptable excuse because you have a choice. And it takes some, it's a hard pill to swallow rather, but that's the case. And what I have noticed is a lot of opportunities in black America we leave on the table because we spend so much time hating on our brothers just because we've had a bad experience with another African American man or another black man. This is true all over the black world. It's not just true in black America. It's true in the African world. It's true in the Caribbean world. It's true in black Britain. As black men, we can tell this brother is talented. Let me give him a shot. Let me work with him. He might be a little hard to deal with, and that's something I want to talk to you about. A lot of black men are hard to deal with sometimes. The reason why they're hard to deal with because they never had to deal with a black person. They've been dealing with white people for all their lives, right? They've been getting their money from the white system. They've been taught to stay away from their own people. So I'm not telling you that it's going to be easy. It is going to be problems. There are going to be fights in this. There are going to be arguments in this. But it's better to get to the fighting and the arguments and all that stuff. Let's get it out the way right now to get black men working together, because as a group of men, there are no other men as talented as you that leave as many opportunities on the floor that you do. You guys leave billions and trillions of dollars on the floor every day because we just can't work together. And we want to act like it's a woman thing. But to be honest, in a situation is this: a lot of the ways that black women view us is because of how we view each other. And we want to talk a lot of trash and say things, but a lot of black women are more united in many things than we are. So the reality is, when we look at black men, I don't know that nigga. Why he looking at me? I can't stand a jigger. You know, back in the days in the 40s and 50s, you would hear black men saying, I'ma cut me a jigger tonight, right? And then we moved on from I'ma cut a jigger tonight to I wish a jigger would, right? That's because that's the mentality we have. We don't look at black men as our saving grace. One of the things I looked at when I came into the black manosphere, I had to change my mind, right? Going from working in the entrepreneurial, working as in corporate America, low-level corporate America that is, to now shifting to working with only black men. These guys became my lifeline. You guys became my lifeline. You became my source of income. You became my source of approval. You became how I was gonna get somewhere in life. And you brothers did so much for me. I can never thank you enough. You changed my life. You changed a lot of other YouTubers' lives. You changed a lot of other brothers' lives because of the support y'all gave us. And that's why I'm always so loyal to the black male content creator space, despite the fact that I could go on and do other things and stuff like that. But I want to tell you, black men, you got to change your mindset with dealing with your men every day. Look at your brother as not an enemy. He might be difficult to deal with. He might not be difficult to deal with. But because somebody is difficult to deal with sometimes, we'll look at the talent and be like, you know what? It's so easy for me to go and deal with a white person. No, get that brother, sit that brother down, a group of y'all, talk to the brother and tell him, look, this is what's on the line. We're trying to do X, Y, and Z. Here's the ultimate goals. We need to accommodate each other, because if we don't, we are never going to have the power as a group of men to save our kids, to take care of our families, to take care of us. Black men leave so much money on the table every day, and we have the solutions to our communities that nobody else got. We're the only group of men that pretty much do that. We let other people come in and tell our stories. And the reason is because we hate on each other so much. We can't even stand to be around black men. When I'm in the States and some of you guys see me or anywhere in the world, I always stop and talk to brothers for the most part. Anybody who's met me can attest to that. Guys that have flew here, they have seen me. I've taken pictures with y'all, posted on the community tab. I love to see. I don't look at you as an enemy. You guys are the reason for why I'm successful. And I want every black man to benefit off of each other's talent. Like, as black men, we have so much talent out there that we're not benefiting off of. Why can't I benefit off your talent? Why can't you benefit off of my talent? What is it that you're doing that I can't benefit? Oh, I'm gonna keep mine over here. He a scam artist. He this. Okay, I understand there's some brothers out there that scam artists, but there's a lot of brothers out there who not. You know how many solid guys out here I done got deals with? I done got real estate brokers and listings. Shout out to brother Gabe and brother Orlando Miner and Pocket Watching with JT, and so many things I've gotten by just being a solid brother, man. Black men are no different than anybody else. If you're a good man, bro, brothers appreciate that. Brothers will help you. But we don't look at each other as a men that we can help. We only look at each other as dudes that can go out to the club, dudes that can go out to the game, roast and talk trash or whatever, and that's it. But when it comes to creating a lifeline around each other, we don't look at each other like that. And that's why we're behind. And we a lot of times say, you know, it's the women, it's the men also. And we forget about that. And I've seen in the manosphere and in the red pill spaces that black men still can't build with one another on average. Sure, there are some black men that can, but most cannot. And once you get over that hump, watch everything become better. Watch you get more black firms. We should have black male firms that can go and recruit at HBCUs. Recruit them in. Send them in the engineering schools. We have enough money to do all of that. We're the sleeping giant in America. We have the money. We got the numbers. Over 20 million of us, right? It ain't nothing that we don't have. We got the expertise. But do we have the respect for each other? Stop hating on black men. You are hating on your own blessing. You are hating on your own get out, your own getaway ticket. out of everything. You're hating on your own power. Stop hating on your brothers in your community. I'm not saying that you shouldn't criticize them and tell them the truth, but a lot of us don't want to work together. And I want you to experience my life from working with black men exclusively and how it's helped me. I want it to help you too. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. I'm out.